So, sir, rather than picking a one use case, and there are quite a few also, like Shiladitya said, we are also experimenting, picking up some new things. But maybe it's very important for us to understand, and all of us agree that when we talk about a good AI use case, I mean, what is a good or a bad use case? It's either a learning, eventually you don't get something out of it, or you get some insights out of it and you're able to actually use it. I do believe that when you're talking about a good AI use case is something that is maybe directly influencing my revenue, right? Or say my availability, or it is directly reducing my cost. Anything that is measurable for me at the end of the day and is giving me some tangible results will automatically become a good AI use case for me, right? If I'm able to measure value and I say, okay, I say for forecasting, for example, right? Now I say forecasting is a very good use case, and of course, all of us are trying to manage that using different tools, using different models. Why is it a good use case? And more importantly, how do we know it's a good use case, right? Why? Okay, we understand. It's a good use case because at the end of it, there is something that you can compare it to, right? You can compare your forecast accuracy. You had something in the past, you have something now using AI. There is a comparison. So you know how AI has helped you. Is it better? Yes, obviously. Are you able to forecast better? Um, are you able to do your service levels better? Eventually, can you compare your service levels? Your inventory, did you have a lot of stockouts? Did you have slow mo? Do you have something which is excessive in inventory? So wherever you get a measurable KPI, and that measurable KPI shows you a stark difference by implementing technology, automatically becomes a good use case for us. We are like, say, we're talking about this route optimization, right? Very important. If you come to think of it, it's a very very small piece, where you say, okay, your reps need to understand what is the best route to take. But will it save? Say I have saved 100 reps. If it is making my productivity 10% better for every rep in the first 3 months, that's a humongous amount of productivity difference. So for me, even a small use case like that could bring on a huge impact for me. So honestly, I will not be able to tell you that this is a good use case. I mean, there's pricing comparison, right? We just created something called a sales topper. So we start comparing prices. What are our competitors selling a certain similar item at? Do we need to increase our price? Do we need to decrease our price? So there are multiple use cases that we've picked up across our organization which are helping us. Good or bad, again, I bring it down to the only fact that if I am able to reduce my conq, increase my revenue, it automatically becomes a good use case for me. um, I think the other conversation is also, what is then not a good use case, which I said is there is nothing like a not a good use case. There's always a learning. But if I don't have to talk about one use case, I think the one point that I would make is, we rely so much, and I've spoken about it throughout, is we rely so much on data that we somehow think, let's have n number of dashboards, let's have so much data, you know, present to anybody at any level. I mean, it could be a rep, it could be your ASM, your RSM, it could also be the CEO of your organization. Eventually, you have so much data, so many dashboards, that you lose track of what is it that you're trying to find out of this. We are now trying to create within our organization, we are trying to create a seamless experience for our partners. Now, with that seamless experience, what we try to do is, there's a partner that logs in to one URL, and from there he's able to place his orders, look at his invoices, maybe make sure where the schemes are running, everything put together. Now that seems like we may not be using AI at this point in time also, but if you look at, and there will not be any difference. I have 3 URLs, I have 3 different sites where people still do everything that they're doing. I'm just going to give them a better experience. Now, that better experience translates into goodwill, that translates into measurable value at the end of the day. So, for me, I guess the conversation would always be how, if AI is helping me take a decision in 5 minutes, I think it's a good use case for me at the end of the day.